Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Demons Within Us, a mental health podcast. And I am your host for this episode, Knock Knock Neo. And The Demons Within Us is a mental health podcast about the demons of our mental health and the lies that these demons tell us. The demons of low self worth, of anxiety, of depression, of guilt and shame, and all the lies that these demons tell us that make us feel less than who we want to be, make us feel less than good, make us feel less than worthy, make us feel unsure about ourselves, make us feel like there's no point in living or continuing to live life. And most importantly, this podcast discusses the blood and the tears that we go through every single day to prevent ourselves from succumbing to these demons and what they want us to do to ourselves. I've been through a lot. I've learned a lot, as I said before in previous podcasts, and this is just something that I really believe can help people. Because of what I've been through and what I've learned outside of my experiences and in school and whatnot, I really believe, like I said, that what I can do can help you as it's helped me. So let's get right to it. I need advice on reaching out for immediate help. I, an 18-year-old female, can't even text a helpline because I'm scared of not being in control of my situation. My anxiety makes it extremely hard to do anything new without extensive research, sorry. My friends often tell me a little bit about new people they're introducing me to make it more comfortable for me and less scary. I can't call the service without knowing their exact process, that kind of thing. So not having that knowledge or control is terrifying. I don't know what will happen if I tell a helpline or my parents that I think I may be in immediate danger of trying to hurt myself or trying to kill myself. I'm also having a hard time convincing myself to even reach out because of a long list of issues. Anxiety, feeling like my parents will get angry at me, feeling like I'm misusing emergency services, feeling like I don't deserve the help, feeling like I'm not skinny enough to get help, things like that. What can I do to sort of psych myself up about texting my parents or a helpline? I'm worried that if I don't reach out at all, that I'm going to snap eventually. This has been going on for months and months, and I'm losing my mind. Okay, to start, I will explain or outline what anxiety does. So she recognizes her anxiety and what it does to her. It makes extremely hard for her to do anything new, and she needs information before she encounters anything. That is what anxiety does. Anxiety is being constantly worried about the future and what will happen to you in certain situations that you may or likely may not even even encounter. And what's funny about anxiety is that it's only for new situations, things that you've never encountered before. You're not going to feel nervous about something you've already done, right? So anxiety comes with overthinking and just feeling nervous. So you end up thinking about all these different types of situations that, like I said, may or may not happen to you. And all of these situations involve, some sort of imaginary scenario between you and one other person that you want to confront, or people trying to confront you, or whatever the case may be, and you're trying to harness it in your direction, or you want to know. You're trying to control this. You trying to control the situation. You imagining scenarios where you end up trying to control the situation, whether or not you can control it, or just trying to figure out what might happen to you so you know what to do if that does happen to you. Okay, that's overthinking. Another way to relieve anxiety is, for some people, it's overeating, it's drugs, it's alcohol, it's things like that. For this particular person, another way of alleviating anxiety is consuming information. You can consume as much information as you want, as much information that is available to you out there. But if you're just not feeling secure about what's going to happen to you, or if you don't have faith in yourself that you can't handle what will happen to you, then that's where your anxiety will sort of get a hold of you, basically. Okay, second paragraph of her question. Now, she says here she's having a hard time convincing herself to even reach out because of a long list of issues other than her anxiety. Feeling like my parents will get angry at me, feeling like I'm misusing emergency services, and feeling like she doesn't deserve the help, or feeling like she's not skinny enough to get the help. So if she's not feeling like she's not skinny enough, she must be suffering from some sort of eating disorder. Eating disorder is another form of control. An eating disorder, from what I understand it to be, is almost a retaliation of you losing control. That's happened to me as well. I grew up in a really controlling environment when I was a kid. I've been in controlling situations as an adult, and trying to control what you can control when you're feeling out of control gives you a sense of control, if that makes any sense to anybody. Now, her feeling like her parents will get mad at her, feeling like she's misusing the emergency services, and feeling like she doesn't deserve the help, those are all self-worth issues, low self-worth issues. And low self-worth accompanied, is usually a symptom of eating disorders, right? Because when you're feeling, or actually not even, maybe even feeling like you've been controlled. Because when you're feeling like you're being controlled and you have no say whatsoever, you don't feel, and you have no say about what's going on in your life, that will definitely take a toll on your self-esteem. That'll start things like, I don't see what's the point of me doing this anyway. It doesn't really matter. Even if no matter how hard I try, it doesn't really matter. You feeling like you don't have any sense or any grasp of your life whatsoever. Okay. So after all of that, what can I do to sort of psych myself up about texting my parents or a helpline? I'm worried that if I don't reach out at all, I'm going to snap eventually, and it's been going on for months. So it's come to a decision, it's come to the point where you really need to make a decision. Because now at this point, it sounds like it could be almost or life or death. Now you can only save you. You can only you can love yourself enough to save yourself. That's basically the bottom line about all of this stuff, right? So for her to psych yourself, if you want to psych yourself up to go get the help, you have to feel worthy enough to go get the help. You have to want to get the help. You have to understand that where you are right now is a life or death decision. So your emotions are no longer in play. Because it's going to get to a point where you can no longer, not even know your emotions are no longer in play. It's more like you can no longer consider your emotions as a factor in your decision making. Not anymore. Not when the decision that you have to make is a logical decision. Because feeling emotional about a logical decision is not going to help you. Feeling emotional is not a good decision maker in certain situations, and this is one of them. It's because if you're about to die and you don't feel like you're worthy of living, which is obviously not true, then you need to do something about it, regardless of how you feel. So, my advice to her would be to trust yourself more. Trust yourself that whatever new encounter that you have not yet encountered, you can handle. Because so far, what I can tell is that you're 18 years old, which means that you've lived 18 years long enough to experience a whole bunch of things. And you're still around. So whatever it is that happened to you, you can handle so far. And I know you're going to think, what if I can't handle this? What if you can't handle that? Whatever, whatever. You need to believe that you can. Now, whatever it is that you believe in, I think it was Steve Jobs or somebody who said that you need to believe in something bigger than yourself. And I totally agree with that. Even if it's something like, I'm not saying you have to believe in God or be all spiritual or anything like that. But I think even if you don't believe any of those things and you're atheist or agnostic or anything like that, believe in yourself enough to know that you can handle a situation that will come to you. You can take in the information that you want and then you can decide for yourself whether or not you can handle it. That is always an option. But in situations such as this where you're scared because you don't know what will happen if you tell the helpline or your parents that you're going to need help, What happens when you get help? Things get better. And I'm willing to bet that this person is just scared of what's going to happen because so far where she is in her life, it's been manageable. She's lived 18 years on this planet. This anxiety and eating disorder is causing her significant pain, and and where was I going with this? And you have to believe, well, not even believe, it's just you have to almost know that where you're going, if you want to go get help, you will get help. You may not know nor even control how your life will be after that, right? But you need to have faith that it will get better. And you need to trust yourself that in whatever situation will come to you, you will handle it. You will be okay afterwards. Because so far, what you've been through, you've handled. What you're going through right now, what this person is going through right now, you are handling it as best as you can. But clearly, because we can only do so much as mere mortals, we're going to need help, right? And the help that you will get will, or I'm hoping that the help that you know that you will get will help you feel a little bit better. Like you sort of need to just sort of let go of the whole thing and just believe in yourself that you can handle the situation, or that you will handle the situation as best as you can, because you've been through a lot already, and that when you go for help, that is what you're going to get, and it can only get better from there. That's the only advice that I can give you. That is the advice that I've given myself. When I overthink, when I feel anxious, I tell myself, you can do this, you can handle this, you've been through something like this before. Or I'll even tell myself what I've been through, because I've also had suicidal tendencies, and I've gotten better since then. My last suicide attempt was in December, and I've been better ever since. And trusting myself, and trusting something that's bigger than me that will take care of it for me. Not necessarily take care of it for me, but will help me handle the situation and only give me situations that I can handle, has given me a lot of confidence and a lot of faith to go forward with whatever may come. So whatever comes to me, I don't even overthink anymore. So whatever comes to me, I just tell myself, I believe that I can handle this because I've handled worse before. And I'm still here, and I'm okay so far. So 18-year-old female, I'm hoping, and anybody else out there dealing with any sort of anxiety issues, low self-worth issues, and you don't know how to deal with it, trust yourself more. Believe that you can handle the situation. If you can't handle the situation, there will be information there that will help you handle it. But you've been through worse. You've been around, I don't know how long, but you trust yourself enough. Trust yourself that you've handled it just like you've handled things before. Have faith in yourself, and I have faith in you. Okay, next one. Friends and stuff. So everyone I meet, I am convinced hates me and is annoyed at me in some way. If they are my friends, it is out of pity. I genuinely can't imagine living life where someone likes me. Anyways, I went to a wilderness thing and I met 4 people. Being around them makes me really happy, but I feel like they're friends with me out of pity. However, I powered on throughout it and we made a group chat because we all live pretty far from each other. The thing is, I'm really bad at talking through text and they're going to hate me even more if I carry on talking to them. I could tell them about this, but I feel like I would be overstepping a boundary at the current position of our friendship. I have done so many things I feel guilty about, and I can't see why someone would want to enjoy a relationship with me. What do I do? Okay. Number one, the whole thing just exudes, I don't know about you don't hate yourself, but you do feel guilty and about the things that you've done, and you don't think you're deserving of the friends that you have. So the fact that you feel like the people who are friends with you are friends with you out of pity is really just your guilt talking, because you don't feel like you're good enough to have friends based on who you are. Okay, you don't feel like It's just that's really all in your mind. If they are your friends and they invited you along to the wilderness thing and they included you to the group text, those people want to be your friends. Friendship is a choice, right? And people choose to be friends with you. Believe me, I've met a lot of people who feel sorry for themselves, who are self-pitying, who bring other people down with their sorry selves and self-pitying selves. And people don't want to be around that. They really don't, because the energy, it's a literally the energy that you exude when you pity yourself. It literally sucks the energy from everybody else. Has anybody heard the saying "misery loves company"? That's exactly what that is. And nobody wants to be around anybody who's miserable because they know that it'll just bring you down too. You know what I mean? So, excuse me, these friends of yours who are inviting you to these outings and who wanted to invite you to the group text are your friends for real. That's how I see it anyways. Because if they're not Xing you out because of your bad energy anyways, then what I would do is, I don't know, where was I going with this? I totally lost my train of thought. I hate it when that happens. If these people, oh, sorry, this is where I was going with it. If these people are not Xing you out because of the energy that you're siphoning from them, at some point down the line, I don't know if this is going to happen to you. Maybe you have a good way of hiding your self-pity. Maybe these are just thoughts in your head that you haven't really expressed yet. But if you are exuding, energy, a miserable energy, your friends are going to cut you off anyways. Because that's what mental health does. It sort of just colors your whole world into thinking that's what reality is, that your friends are really your friends because they feel sorry for you. And you're going to start putting out that energy. And friends, like I said, friendship is really a choice. Being with somebody is really a choice. And it seems like that they're inviting you to things that they enjoy and you enjoy your company. You know what I mean? So that's that. So for people out there in the world, friends who are friends with you and have consistently been friends with you are friends with you because they want to be friends with you, right? Unless, you're buying their friendship. And the friends that you have are self-interested, but that's another conversation. But quickly into it, friends who just use you for your resources. Let's say that you got a hookup for something and you're that person who got the hookup and they're only with you for the hookup. That's a different situation. You're just being used and they're not really friends. But I don't know if you're really offering anything here. It doesn't seem like you are. This seems genuine. So I would tell this person, these people are your friends, and you feeling like they're pitying you is really just your guilt talking. Because in your head, you don't feel like you're worthy of any real friendships. So I've done so many things I feel guilty about when I don't in a relationship with me. What do I do? Um, what I would do is realize that these people are not with me out of self-pity and realize that they're genuinely my friends and just work with that and just keep telling yourself that because like I said, friendship is a choice. But what I would tell this person also is pick a friend, pick out of the four people that you met that you feel close to, or it doesn't have to be one of the four people that you met on that trip. But what I would do is I'll confide in them. I'll confide in them about my fears, because what you're really feeling is insecure, and you're feeling fearful that that's the truth, that the self pitying is the truth, or that they pity you for your friendship is the truth. Tell them how you feel about it, and I'm willing to bet that they're gonna tell you that it's all in your head, because that's what good friends do. They're gonna tell you, nah, this is not what you're thinking is not true, because we really are friends with you. We like your company. I think that you're fun to go on a wilderness thing again, stuff like that. If you're worried about talking through text, it's gonna be okay. I would just say that through the text. Sorry guys, I'll just text quickly. Sorry guys, I'm really bad at talking through text. If there's anything that you misunderstand that I'm texting, please let me know and I'll clarify it. That's all you have to do. Just acknowledge that you are bad at talking through text, and just offer additional clarification for things, and let them know that, hey, I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really good at this, so I apologize if I offend anybody through text or say something that was misunderstood or anything like that, and just take it from there. But I promise you that this person is not, or these group of people are not with you out of pity. I think that is it for today. I try not to go too much. I try not to do too much, about only 20 minutes. It's a lot to take in. And I think that is it. If you have tuned in, this is your first time tuning in, welcome. I hope you took the time to listen to what I have to say, and I hope that it serves you if you choose to implement it. I am your host, Knock Knock Neo, and to everybody else who has tuned in consistently over the 4 episodes, thank you so much for constantly tuning in. I really much appreciate it, and I really hope that the information that I've shared with you has helped you as much as it helped me, and is continuing to help me. And I hope that those of you out there who are caring and loving enough to be there for your loved ones, I hope this information helps you also. If you want to get in contact with me because you have questions, or because you have a particular situation that that you need a different perspective on, that you need a little bit of help with, you can email me directly at knockknockneoyt@gmail.com. And I think that's the only way you can contact me. Pretty soon, I'm going to have a website up and all that kind of stuff, and I'll put all that information on there, and you can contact me in different ways. Okay, everybody. Until next time, take care and keep loving yourself.